Fate in their own hands. Inter Milan fielding 8 of the team that won at Highbury in September when Christian Vieri was on their injured list. Tonight it's the Uruguayan forward Alvaro Recoba who's been picked itself really once it was decided that Gilberto was not fit enough to start. Ray Parlour returns to captain the team alongside Edu in the engine room. And Kanu, a former Inter player, starts a Champions League game for the first time in over a year. Well, time to hear from the man in the tailored... Arsenal were beaten black and blue by this Inter team in September. Since then, a change.
Massive support tonight.
The English weather seems to be following English sporting teams around the globe, down the centre and in the goal mats. Will the real Arsenal plead? It'll be Materazzi. Lehmann never moved. I hope he knew where that was going, because he didn't miss his post by much.
He's on fire.
Out to be hit.
He's on fire, that lad. Particularly impressive.
And it was goated into some space. It's a terrific shot.
Yeah, but it would have been interesting. Thierry Henry had strayed well offside there.
Cole has gone on, and Henry has found him. Sharp challenge. Henry shot 1-0. You've always got a chance when you've got Thierry Henry in your team. Instant finish. Wonderful accuracy. Just placed and slid beyond the diving goalkeeper. And Arsenal, with 25 minutes gone, lead in the San Siro.
But we're not going to see a better goal in Europe than that tonight. The passing, the instant one.
Cristiano Zanetti. Vieri has found some space here and has found a deflected shot. And Inter Milan are on terms with a free goal from Christian Vieri, who again, poker-faced, shows no joy in scoring for this club, but all around him there's joy. He knows that it was a shot that needed the deflection to beat Jens Lehmann. Unlucky Arsenal.
Yeah, but it started with a bad piece of distribution in midfield. I just wonder about Lehmann, whether he's a bit heavy-footed there, you know. You'd expect...
Pirouette too many there. It's Marco Materazzi, and Lehmann parries away from his goal, and Toure is able to seize upon it. It's Henry. It's 3 more points for England. Beat Lokomotiv Moscow at Highbury, but still needing 2 first phase exits in their Wembley days were followed in 2001 by a quarter-final. Ljungberg, 2-1! Arsenal retake the lead with just 3 minutes of the second half gone. It's Freddie Ljungberg scoring for the 3rd game in a row. And Arsenal are again in sight of the result they need. Henry the creator this time.
Yeah, brilliant play once again from Thierry. Looks, shapes the shoot, straightens it up, puts it in there, looking for Freddie Ljungberg offside. A possibility, I suppose, but you have to say...
Van der Meyde. Oh, it's a free header for Fabio Cannavaro.
2 years ago, he was alive, and that's great play.
Henry!
Oh, that's a chance.
The goalkeeper there was committed, and Henry knows his hands are up to his face. He knows he had a clear. Oh, good interception by Seagal. Hit first time by Cristiano Zanetti, and hit first time wide. Cristiano Zanetti. Christian Vieri. Unable to turn away from Parlour. Hit again by season of in European games. He's become a bit of a phobia in the midfield by current Argentine international Mateus Almeida.
In the first half, I think Cano's been... Oh, that's a bit of skill there from Pasquale.
Edu's lost out. This is Martins. Got away from Seagon, brought down by Seagon. Yellow card for Seagon. Free kick for Inter Milan. Danger. It's Van der Meyde! Just striking with some gusto. He feels that Lehmann got a touch. He didn't. Henry takes in towards Toure, deflected wide, goal kick deflected by Henry. There are options here. Pires and Ljungberg are forward. Thierry Henry got to the dead ball line. Just needed a touch from somebody. And that somebody, Freddie Ljungberg, couldn't quite. It's Thierry Henry. It's well struck, but straight at Francesco Tola. To replace Andy van der Meijden. One of the jewels in that crowd. First we've seen Toure out of position. Cruz's cross towards Vieri! Well, they had to improvise. It was past him really, and he just hooked it back.
But when it's in the air, Clive, you think, is he going to get emerged? You're not going to argue with Arsene Wenger, but I would have kept him up from what I've seen. He's played.
Is the main striker. There's nobody within 30 yards of him yet. They're getting there. He might not need anybody. It is Thierry Henry. Oh, needed a good save from Toldo.
That was what
leading to it.
Silva was bursting blood vessels to get up alongside him. He
again turns away from Matarazzi, steps away from Pasquale, licks Vieri. Martins able to turn. Good defending, Ashley Cole. Corner kick could have been worse.
I think that side of his game has improved so much, Ashley Cole. That is great resolute defense.
Trying to get to it. That's not going to bother Arsenal because they've got Thierry Henry on the ball and Zanetti trying to catch up with him. Henry steps inside, Pires is there. Henry will have to do it alone. Ah! Sensational goal from Thierry Henry to secure a sensational result for Arsenal. Steve Bruce said at the weekend that he is the best player in the world. Anybody arguing?
That was phenomenal. You thought at first he'd run away from goal. You thought he was going to go on his own and take it. Then he checked back. You thought he was going to try and get Pires in. The angle was shut down. He couldn't get his pass into Pires there. You thought, go and pass it. And you think, no, he's blocked up and he accelerates. You think, is he going to play it back to Pires again? No, he tucks it away. Arsenal are heading to it for a vital game at Highbury in the next week or two.
Missed all the rapturous up. Henry slid into Freddie Ljungberg. It'll come here for Edu. It's only 4-1 to Arsenal in the San Siro.
And it's another Henry assist. That's a good finish as well. That's brilliant.
He can hardly believe it. The 3,000 travelling Arsenal fans can hardly believe it, but you better believe it. Arsenal are back as Champions League contenders.
Clive, we'll give all the plaudits, and rightly so, to Henry. A lovely thready pass. You thought from Rick and Ljungberg, Freddie will say he done it.
Arsenal are going to replace Thierry Henry before he can even think about a hat-trick. They had the air in pursuit. He's got away from Brescia. They might not be finished. He's showing me the air. It's Robert Pires. 5.
Oh, mind you, they are playing, in all fairness, Inter Milan have completely gone since the third goal. But I mean, that's great for everybody. They think they've got a result now.
Inter Milan 1, Arsenal 5. They needed to win tonight, and they are winning with style and with bags and bags to spare. Bags of skill.
Yeah, that's the great thing about tonight's performance. Obviously the result is phenomenal, as good as anything you can think of in years.
And tonight the goals have just rained out of the sky. Well, it was here in the San Siro that Arsene Wenger came within one match of a Champions League final nearly 10 years ago. Monaco beat in the semi-final AC Milan that year, but tonight his team have resurrected their hopes in the Champions League. If they beat Lokomotiv Moscow at Highbury in a fortnight's time, they will qualify for the last 16.